Hello, hello. Hey, welcome to the stream. Hey, bread monsters, how you doing? Oh my god, look at the messages. It's just so broken. What the hell, man? I don't know what's happening with my chat, but yeah. I think I have to... Yeah, I need to fix that thing at some point, but whatever. Pretty good, thanks. How about you? I'm doing fine. I'm doing good, I would say. Yeah. Wanna check out my game? I've uploaded in itch. Yeah, of course. I will be checking that out in a bit. So yeah, that's great. Congratulations, your second game. That's really good. Oh yeah, the link. Send it to the Discord so that the chat is Nagbot doesn't censor it. So yeah. Send it to the Discord, and yeah. So yeah, I think I have Nightbot set to, like, I don't know, there's some setting, some security setting that prevents people from sending links, which is fine, but sometimes, you know, people wants to send stuff that I have to check. But yeah, that's what the Discord is for, basically. So that's great. I will be checking that in a bit, like I said, and yeah. So for now, I wanted to welcome everyone to the stream. Okay, to welcome Bread Monsters and everyone who's watching, whatever. So it's a new day, a new stream. Done. I sent it. Okay, perfect. So yeah, there's a I have some news. So basically, let me know if you see any difference now and now. Okay. So yeah, I basically have like the typical ring light that everyone uses. So I actually had that for, like, I don't know, years, because I used it. I use it for, because well, you can see, like, back there I have a couple of guitars and stuff, so I play guitar. I'm a musician too, make music and stuff, and sometimes I record videos like playing guitar and stuff like that. So I bought that, and and like, I don't know, I had it there, like, I don't know, collecting dust, sitting there. And yeah, I thought about, I don't know, using it for the stream because it's really easy. I just set it on top of my CRT TV where I have my Sega Genesis. I just put it like up there and I just plug it into the PC and just that's it. It's really convenient and easy to set up. So, and it's really cool because it has like you can see like it has cold light, it has warm light, and a mix between both. And I really like the warm light because it matches the warm color vibe of the overlay, and that's pretty good. Although I think I will be changing the color scheme, like the palette of the overlay, because I realized it kind of looks like it's AI. I don't know why. Like, if you see like lately all of the images generated by AI, like ChatGPT and stuff, that some people upload memes or like YouTube thumbnails using like generating those images with AI, and it's like it's really noticeable. I don't know. There's something. It's like you can notice when it's AI, and I don't know. It feels like when I see my overlay and stuff, I really like it. But for some reason, I also feel like it looks generated by AI. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But I really hate it because let me show you actually what I used for like inspiring my overlay stuff. So you can see here I used like this kind of thing, which is vintage sci-fi posters. It's basically just the 70s, 60s, 70s sci-fi art style. You can see like if you start seeing all of this, you can already see where I got the inspiration for my overlay. And yeah, I don't know, there's something there, and I really don't like it. So I don't like the thing I'm getting this AI thing for some reason. So I might just change, start like testing other colors for the overlay. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that's just a comment I wanted to to say. But other than that, yeah, I have this light because every time, yeah, when I'm streaming after like half an hour or maybe an hour, it gets really dark here because we're in winter and of course, it's daylight doesn't last too much, and I have to go and turn on the light and stuff. So we might see like the overall lighting, like the environment light going darker over time in the stream, but I'll see how my face looks when this with this light that I have there. Maybe it looks great, and yeah, so yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. And other than that, we should start working on Voyager, okay? Well, I'm not going to be for too long here, so yeah, I might just test your game really quick, so that yeah, I can give you some feedback if you want, and then I will just jump straight into Voyager dev, okay? So laundry ball, okay? Let's check this. Welcome to my game called Laundry Ball, and the game is that you're a ball that tries to go to the water to bathe after being in the washing machine. To move the planks, WSD, okay, and that's it. Good luck. Okay, great. It's really cool. I can play it in the browser too. Let me just pause this in case it has some sound or anything. Oh, you're making it in Godot. Okay, that's great. Okay, I just set it to full screen mode. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Okay, I think I made it. So, Oh, I think I know what's happening. So, oh, almost. Okay. So, is that you win? You're the best ball laundry. That's really funny. That's really funny. Okay, 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 okay. So, let me ask some questions here. So, yeah, it doesn't have any sound, so I will just go ahead and play the music again. So, there are three levels. Okay, so what's my goal here? This is just like the thing in the right. This thing, is this just decoration, or am I supposed to go inside of that thing? Decoration. Okay, okay, okay. So I just need to go inside this little bucket in the end. Okay, that's. Is that the actual? Okay. Yes, of course. Okay, great. So, a couple of things. This is pretty good. How much time did you spend working on this? I think you mentioned that you were like you made the models, right? One day. Okay, that's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty much a game jam. Is this for a game jam or something like that? Or is it just because you wanted to create a game and that's it? It isn't. Okay. Okay, okay. So I just love to make simple games. Okay, perfect. That's pretty good. So, are you planning on like I don't know, keep working on this game, or are you just done with this game and you're not going to work on this anymore? Because I have some things to. Yes, I do want to. Okay, okay, okay. So here's a couple things. So, number one, the actual like instructions for the game should be in the game, because I know you said it. You added like the controls here and the description of the game and all that. It's here in the page. That's perfect. But maybe like imagine you upload this to another page, or simply imagine some people don't want to read stuff here. They just want to get into the game and that's it. So point number one, always set the instructions, like put the instructions in the game. Okay, that's point number one. So even if it's just like a square here, like let me just show you a really quick example. Okay, so something like this, and you just add like a little square here. Okay, it can be like this, or you can make it like half transparent if you want, whatever. Something like this, imagine, and then you add some text and you say, I don't know, you can say the title here. Okay, can I make it bigger? Yeah. Okay, so the game title there, for example, and then you add instructions. Okay, you don't have to do it like exactly like this. You can like look for references in other games that you like, and then here, for example, you can like say, okay, the game title, okay, then instructions, and here you say WSD to rotate planks, wood planks. Okay, so that's basically your one of the instructions. Then another thing, you could explain what you're doing. Be right back, I'm making a game for a jam that's really short, sorry. Okay, okay. No problem, no problem. So in any case, if you're going to be away now, if you're not looking at the stream, if you're not watching, In any case, you can go to YouTube and you can just like watch the VOD there or here on Twitch. I'm just going to give you the feedback right now, and then I'm going to jump into like Voyager dev, and I'm going to start working on Voyager. So yeah, I'm not going to go back here. So I will finish explaining this, and you can watch it later. So yeah, in any case, you can ask me. But just to finish my explanation, you can add this, and here you can say you're a ball that needs to go to the bucket, okay? To get inside the bucket. Okay? You do something really simple like this, and then, for example, here you add a really simple button that says start. Okay? And that's it. That's all you need to make it as like, it's really simple. Okay, it doesn't take much, and you already are giving the player some kind of introduction to the game, because right now I just go here. If I'm new, like what I did before was just press this button, it loads, and then suddenly I'm here. Okay, so I don't know what to do. If I didn't read any of the text here, I don't really know what to do. So, by the way, I'm still listening, but I'm making my game for the jump while I hear you. Yeah, okay, no problem. So, like I said, if you want to, I will just finish giving you this little feedback, and you can listen to it. Or, if you want, you can watch the VOD later when it gets uploaded in YouTube. So right when I finish the stream, it's going to be uploaded in YouTube, and you can watch the feedback there. I can send you the link through Discord if you want to. So yeah, I know that WSD are the controls, but also here I'm kind of like, okay, so I will start testing stuff, and maybe that's like one of the things about this kind of games, is that you try stuff over and over until you get it right. Okay, so I will be trying this kind of thing and blah blah blah. So in this case, I just go there, okay, and then I have to go to the right now. Okay, so that's fine. The other feedback I want to give you is that I would like to see the ball actually entering the bucket. So all I see is like the ball getting close to the bucket, and then it changes the scene right away. So I would really like to see this, like the ball going inside the water, and then you should give some kind of like feedback to the player, so some kind of reward, so that the player knows that it completed that section. Okay, so you can like just add a little text here that says level complete, and you show the ball entering the water, and you can add some particles like water particles, okay, for the splash, and that's already going to improve the game a lot more. So yeah, that's my really quick feedback for you. Okay, and yeah, it's pretty good. The models are pretty good. I really like this simplistic style. It's like, it reminds me a little bit of like PS1 games. It's really great. So keep working on it, and let me know if my feedback was useful, and if you get to update it or anything, just you can send it to the Discord, and I can take a look. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing it. Of course, thank you. I really appreciate it. So, okay, I will just remove all of this. Okay, this and this, and now we're going to start working on Voyager. Okay. Okay, I thought I heard somebody screaming. I don't know. So yeah, let's get into some Voyager dev right now, okay? So, so yeah, this is what we have to work on today. So this is landing system class. Remember that we created this landing system class that is basically responsible of handling or managing the landing of any entity into any landable zone. Okay, it could be a planet, it could be a whatever thing that you can go and land with your starship. Okay, this class is the responsible for managing that kind of interaction. Okay, so whether it's you, the player, the astronaut, trying to land on a planet, or if it's any other kind of entity, because I want to support that in the future. I would like for to be able to show other entities, like I said, NPCs or enemies landing on the planet too, so that, yeah, I don't know, you can go and chase them. But I don't know, that's just a really broad thing I'm thinking about. I don't know if that's going to be really good as a feature. It's just a nice little detail that you can see, like I don't know, you meet an NPC in space. Okay, you can interact and maybe trade something or whatever, and then you can watch that same NPC landing on the planet, and if you go there you can see like the NPC there, you can find it, and I think that's like I said, it could be a nice little thing to add to the game, but it's not important right now. The only thing that's important is for the player to be able to land on a planet. Okay, so for that, what we're going to do is continue implementing this. So we have this there's two events that happen. Okay, so on receiver on received lander, that event is going to be fired once the astronaut, the player, enters the land zone, okay, of the planet. For example, it is just a trigger, so whenever the player enters that zone, this event is going to be called. So what happens here? Okay, this event is going to be listened by the landing system. So the landable zone, which is, for example, in this case, the planet, is going to fire the event. Hey, the astronaut entered this area. Okay, maybe he wants to land. So that's when this method is going to run, and here I'm going to check, is the entity the astronaut? Okay, in that case, show UI. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Else, well, we don't know yet what we're going to do. For now, we're not going to. Oh yeah, this is the wrong method. Sorry. So this was the yeah. This was the correct method. So on received lander in landable zone, okay, a landable zone will fire this event whenever it receives an entity in the zone, okay, in the area, and then the landing system is going to run this. It's going to check, okay, get the entity. It's going to save the current interactable, blah blah blah. And then it's going to check, hey, is this entity the astronaut? Okay, in that case, show the UI. Okay, that's perfect. So that's one of the things we have to do. And then the other event that happens is on lander started landing. So this event is going to be fired or triggered or whatever whenever, in this case, the astronaut, the player, presses the interact button, okay, the landing button, the input. So it's really basic, really straightforward. You get to a planet, you enter the landing zone. Whenever you're in the landing zone, you can hold an input and then you start landing. So when you hold that input, this is going to be executed, okay, And this is going to say, okay, if the entity is the astronaut, then here we basically transition to planet C. Okay? So I should basically do that. Okay. And yeah, so that's basically what we need to do. And this should be pretty straightforward because I already have kind of like a UI system for, well, not really. I have a script with that's called Planetary System UI. Okay, and this has a lot of things, and there's a lot of things that I'm not even going to be using. But this script should basically, this script should be basically just managing what happens with the UI in this scene. So this would be the equivalent to the UI manager, okay? But this is only for the planetary system scene, okay? That's the idea. So yeah, I have this state because I was making kind of like a really basic state machine for this. It was working and everything, but we are not using that anymore. So I should just basically remove that. Okay. And then I have camera offset, land hold time. I don't know. There's a lot of things I have, and yeah. So yeah, I should be like refactoring this, which is basically I'm just going to be removing everything I'm not going to use. But first I want to go to the scene and start like actually creating the panel that shows the thing and blah blah blah. So planetary system, we have UI here, and this UI is the one that, like, this object is the one that has this script, this class. Inside this, I have a couple things, okay? So one of the things is this that's called bottom container, okay? Well, one of the things is the planetary system map, okay? That's one of the things in the UI that should be managed by the UI class. Right now, this is being initialized by the planetary system manager, but it should, in reality, it should be managed by the planetary system UI class. But in any case, this thing is going to be shown every time, like not every time, at all times, like, okay, it's always shown, but this, the bottom container, is not. So the bottom container is basically what's going to show the planet name, or the name of the thing you want to land on, okay? So that's one thing. And also it's going to show this this thing, which is basically the input you have to press to land there, okay? So how do we manage this actually? So so basically what I have to do is, I have this horizontal layout group. I'm going to remove it because it, whatever. Then I have this input guide thing. Okay, I'm going to increase a little bit, like expand the scene view a little bit. And here we have input guide, and we have orbiting planet info. Now, I already mentioned that planets are not the only thing you can land on. You can land on other things you can see in the, like, in the background, and there's other like interest points. For example, floating islands, or asteroids that are big enough that you can land on them, or for example, another thing could be a space station that you can go to that space station. So all of those things. Hey Lou, how you doing? Hello, welcome. So so yeah, all of those things are going to be treated the same way I'm treating planets right now. So they are going to be using the same landing system, the interaction and all of that. It's the same. Everything is the same. So here, instead of calling this orbiting planet info, I should call it landing zone or landable zone info. Okay, that's basically what I need. So here, instead of saying planet name, I'm going to say landable zone txt. Okay, and this, you can see that before I had it here, like in the bottom right corner of the screen, but now we have the minimap there, so I have to move it, of course. Where should I move it? Well, I was thinking about putting this there, like in the bottom left. I think it's going to be really good to have it there, actually. So yeah, I think that's pretty nice. Okay, now we have the input there also, so it's really annoying. So instead, what we're going to do is we can move this up. That's one of the things I can do. Okay, so yeah, there's this question of like, where should I put the actual information? And let's like look at this actually in game. It's not going to work like properly. It's not going to be like activated and enabled and blah blah blah, animated, anything, because it's just like the text is just here in a static way, is not being handled anywhere. But we can already see it in the screen, so we can just start like seeing how it, I don't know, how it looks here. So I honestly think it's better to have it here. There's also the question of like having the actual planet name here in the center of the planet. But like the thing is, what happens when you go like this? You're not seeing the center of the planet. So of course you would say, okay, so the text should like clamp its position to the top of the screen, so now it should be shown here. Okay, I don't know if you can see the mouse, but somewhere around there basically. But yeah, I think I don't really like doing that. I don't really like covering the planet sprite with text. I don't really like that. And I could do something like putting like a little thing in the like to the side, or like the bottom, or depending on where the planet is relative to the camera. We could add something like the information could be added like in several places. But I really think that the planet name being here is, I think it's the best choice, at least for now. Because I don't know, I just feel like it's better there, because it's not like, it's not top priority information. It's just the planet name, and you don't need to know the planet name at all. So like, there's no reason why I would be putting like, I should put the actual planet name in your face. So it like, this text being down here makes the most sense to me. I know like there's like a travel distance for your eyes. You have to look down there to actually see the planet name, but I think it's better like either way. So that's one thing. Now the other thing I'm thinking of is this input thing. So So like I'm thinking about a couple options. One option is I have this terminal thing. I'm going to remove it, and you can see this land. Okay. I could put this like here, for example. So let me show you now. I could put it there, for example, and it's not going to work at all. Like, yeah, it's not going to work because it's not connected, but it was working before. Like I have this, let me show you really quick. Land, put an icon, yeah, charge. So I have this thing, okay, which whenever you start pressing the button, this is going to load like this, okay? So this is basically to let you know that you have to hold the button to land. So when you press it, you're going to see this. So then you know, okay, I have to hold it. You hold it, you see that, and whenever this finishes the circle, the landing starts, okay? Starts. So yeah, I was thinking about like putting the text down here. But like what I'm not really convinced is with the input guide. That's how I call it. I don't know what's the technical name for this, but whatever. So one option is, like I said, putting it like there. I could also put it in the center here, like, I don't know, maybe that looks fine. I don't really know. So maybe just like there, that's another option. Okay, there. I think that's not bad actually. And then I was also thinking about putting the text on top of the starship, so like this, like this. So whenever you move whatever, you can see like the input there. But I think this is really annoying because maybe you're just fighting another starship, and having this input here, like this thing there, could be really annoying because maybe you don't really want to land in the planet. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And I think for now I'm just going to put it in the center of the screen, okay, like the bottom center. I think that's going to be the best option for now. And that's because like I don't really know yet what the actual gameplay in the in space is going to be, like in this scene. So I know that I want to have some kind of some form of combat here, like space combat and stuff like that. And I don't know how complex I want it to be, like it's going to end up that combat system. So I'm mentioning that because depending on that, I would want to add this input elsewhere, or maybe like add an extra step in order for the player to land on a planet. So what am I talking about here? So if I like implement it this way, it means that whenever you get close to a planet, you can hold down, or the input, whatever land input you have, you hold that and you start landing, okay? So I think that whenever you're in combat, maybe that's like a bit cheap. So if you're losing or you're like about to die or whatever, you can go here and land. Maybe that's not a bad thing. That could be fun too, of course. You say, okay, I need to go near to a planet and then land there. And those enemies that were chasing and attacking you could also chase you to the planet, so they can land in the same planet and keep chasing you and fighting you. So I don't know, that could be an interesting mechanic, but I don't know if I want to do that yet because I'm still prototyping a lot of things. So so maybe what I was talking about when I said like having an extra step in order to land would be, for example, to open up a new menu that would detect if you're nearby a planet or whatever, and then you can press land to land on the planet. So maybe, for example, right here you could have like whenever you enter here. Okay, so let me just show this. Maybe it's going to be easier if I do it this way. So imagine you're here, okay, and you want to land on the planet. So right now what I'm doing is that you just need to hold this button and you can land, okay? That's it. But in the future, maybe what I want is for you to press some kind of input, like the interaction button, for example, or I don't know. And you can open up some kind of menu, okay? Let me just make this bigger. So you can open up some kind of menu here that shows, for example, a little more detailed information about the planet. And here you will have the button to land, okay? So land would be here. And you can go here like in a regular UI menu and you can press that and you start the landing just there, okay? So in that case, that's not a bad idea, because that would that means that when you get close to a planet you can see like a bit more information about the planet, because right now you don't know like pretty much anything about this planet. Of course, you know, like the colors it has, and maybe the texture and the colors could give you an indication of what kind of planet it is. So for example, if you see a red planet, it has like a lot of red texture, you will say, okay, yeah, this is like a volcanic planet, for example. Or in this case, this one, you can see like a lot of purple, but for example, all of the like yellow, orange, like brown, light brown parts could indicate that this is a desert planet, for example. So I would like to inform the player about the properties of the planet based on what you can see in the planet, okay? Instead of opening up a menu that tells you blah 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 planet, desert planet or jungle planet with that amount of life form, and I don't know. So yeah, those are my ideas. I kind of want this to be like really simple, so that you don't need to do like a lot of things to progress, or in order to do stuff. I want as less steps as possible. So I think having this input here, so that when you're close to a planet, you just press that input, like hold that and you land, that's it. I think that's the best way I can do it. I will do that, do it this way for now. And then in the future I can analyze if this is the way I want it. I think it is, but yeah, for now let's keep it like that. I'm actually going to grab this. Okay, I'm going to move this to the center and also move this to the bottom center. Now I think this should be aligned with this. I don't know, the bottom of this should be aligned with that, I think. I'm not sure, because it looks weird this way. Like there's two options, or I move this one to be aligned with this, or maybe I just move those a little bit to like down so that they're aligned with this. So let's do that. I'm going to set them as half height. And now I'm going to grab this, put it again there, and this one there. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's like too close to the bottom of the screen. I don't know if I like that, honestly. So maybe, yeah, let me just Control Z all that. Input guide. I don't know, man. Also, is this text, yeah, it's not aligned to the left. So that's something I would want to do. So maybe just left, let's set it to 50. Yeah, that's a lot. Maybe 12, 15. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, and maybe I can do the same thing with this. So land, I'm just trying to align things here. So yeah, this should go like that. Okay, and then I'm going to move this position Y plus 25. So yeah, it's a bit too much like vertically. But what I want to do here is so yeah, I have this. Yeah, I should basically just how can I align this easier, like easily? So maybe, well, maybe the whole thing should be like a lot more like this. Yeah, I think that's better actually. So 35, like 71, maybe like that. Yeah, 72, I would say. There, that's perfect. And now multiply by 2. Yeah, it's like too much up, like, yeah, I think I'm going to move it like there. Okay. Yeah, I think that's not bad actually. I don't know, for now maybe this is good enough. So yeah, we have this now. Okay, that's perfect. So bottom container is going to have this, and I would say instead of calling it like that, well, yeah, let's keep it like that. This should have a canvas group, okay, so that I can just fade it. Okay, perfect. And what else? So I also need yeah, I also need a couple things here. So I'm basically just going to close a lot of things I have open here, and all I need here is just this. So in Planetary System Manager, I need to have, yeah, so this Planetary System map thing should be inside Planetary System UI, and Planetary System UI should have its own initialize function. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. So here I'm seeing that I have a lot of things which I'm basically not using any of this. Orbiting, yeah, this is whatever. menu guide alpha. Well, the canvas, it's useful, but all of this, it's also, yeah, not whatever. So I have canvas and I also have planetary system map. Okay, so here I would say, here, instead of initializing that, I'm going to be initializing the planetary system UI. And this also needs to receive the planetary system manager, so it has a reference to it. Okay. So planetary system managers equals that, and now here I can say planetary system manager. Okay, perfect. So now this is being handled where it should be. Okay, that's perfect. And now here in the planetary system UI, I also need a reference to, yeah, I would just code this really quickly and not caring too much about the responsibilities and structure. So I'm just going to do everything in this script for now. So this is going to be for bottom. Okay. Okay, great. So let me choose something really quick. Okay. 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 So here, hey Ciala, how you doing? Good evening. Hey. So yeah, I'm noticing that actually now, like, it's getting darker. But this light, like this light I have there, is really working. So I would try to like, yeah, so that's off, and that's how I usually look at this time. It's really dark, so now I have this light here, which is really good. And I'm using level, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the level I'm using. Let me check if I'm burnt in the image. So I think it's fine. I actually think it's really good there. So it's not even the okay. Yeah, so this is really burnt. So yeah, I think that's perfect, actually, level 4. Okay, great. That's amazing. So yeah, we have here now. What I need here is public canvas group bottom container alpha. Okay. And then the other thing I need is public how am I doing this? Okay, so I have image, which is land hold charge, and then I have rect transform land hold input img. Okay, perfect. Well, instead of hold, it would be land input img, and here, just to make it shorter for convenience, that's great. So we have those references. Okay, now what we need here is to actually access the planetary system UI. And yeah, here I would also need a reference to the planetary system manager. Okay, so I will need this. How is it going so far? It's great, good. So yeah, we should get. Yeah, I'm not going to stay for much longer. Honestly, it's been a couple weeks. Well, this week is going to be like this, sadly, and not going to be streaming for like 2 hours like I usually do. But yeah, I should be able to stay at least for maybe 20 or so minutes more. More minutes, I would say. But yeah, I should be able to get at least like the UI showing when you get to a planet, the UI showing and like the actual planet, like the name of the planet, and whatever. So yeah, that should be really easy to do. So let me just focus on this. If I start coding like this, I should be able to get it. So to do that also, and here I'm initializing that. Okay, so here public void, here is where I want to toggle the bottom container. So okay, toggle bottom container, and here I would have like a basic a twin ID. Okay, so here I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to say bottom container twin ID is going to be neptwin.animate animation, and this is going to be the duration. I think it's going to be just 0.3. That's fine. And then here, float t. I'm going to oh, I can do this, I think. I'm sorry. My typing is not the best today. Okay, great. So now, what's all of this? This is basically a library I created for twinning stuff. So I just need to call this neptwin.animation, and I pass it like the duration of the animation, and then I do this, which is a lambda function. It's a callback basically that's going to be running in the update. Okay, so this is the same as doing like the update thing, but this will run for this amount of time. Okay, so whatever I write inside of this scope is going to run for that amount of time, and yeah. So now what I need to do is basically say float start alpha is bottom container alpha.alpha, and then target alpha is bottom no, depending on if I toggle on or off. So if I'm toggling this on, I would say 1. So I'm just going to use a ternary operation here. And that's gonna be it. So target alpha is going to be 1 or 0 depending on what I pass here. So all I need to do here is just say bottom container alpha.alpha equals math.lerp from start target alpha to target, sorry, from start alpha to target alpha, and then I use t as the t value, of course, because t, this is a variable that in my library I programmed it so that this t value is going to go from 0 to 1 in the duration of this twin, basically. So yeah, it's really handy for animations like this. So this is going to run once. Okay, this code is not going to be running in the update. This is only going to be called once, but this code is going to be running in another update. Okay, so that's how my tuning library works. It's kind of like the same as any twinning library. Mine is really basic. It only has this. I can also set some easings. So for example, I can say set easings dot, for example, out quad, for example. So I can use easings for this, which is really cool. So yeah, I'm just going to let it set it to that. That's perfect. I'm also going to store the animation time in a variable so that it's not too hard coded. Okay, that's perfect. So now what I basically need is to call this whenever the player enters the area. Okay, so when is that going to be happening? Well, that's going to happen here in this event. So now I can say planetary system manager dot planetary system UI the toggle bottom container true. Okay, that's basically it. That's basically going to be it. Okay, so of course I would also need to to disable it whenever you exit that area. So that's something I didn't have in mind. So so yeah, basically you can see here the landable zone. This is going to receive, well, it's the lander controller. Yeah, I should also yeah, I need to do this so that I know when a lander like is like exited the area. So here I'm basically going to do the same thing, okay, but instead of calling the receive event, it's going to call the event where exited. Okay, so this is going to be called okay, so there's something I need to do here. So I need to say I need to create a switch here. Okay, I'm going to add missing cases, and then stay I'm not going to be using, but here I'm going to do this. So enter okay, so this is not going to work. Can I do this? I cannot do that. Okay. Can I create the same variable with like, oh man, why can I think I need to change the name. Oh, this is really annoying. Why can oh man, it's like a different scope. Why isn't this letting me use the same name? Unnecessary assignment of a value to landable zone. Okay, so you know what? Instead of using a switch, I'm just going to use a if statement. It's going to be easier. Whatever, man. So I'm just going to do this. Okay. Now I'm going to say else if the interaction is exit, then here I'm going to do the same thing, but instead of calling receive lander, I'm going to say lander exited. Okay, that's basically what I need to do. So yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, I need to do it this way because if this is if the interaction type is stay, which is going to be called every frame, then if I set, like, I'm repeating code here, of course, but I need to do it this way. That's what I'm saying, because if I try to get the component first, okay, if I do it here and then check if the interaction type is enter or exit, that means that I will be trying to get the component all the time, like whenever any type of interaction happens. And I don't want to be doing this in the stay interaction type, because there's stay, and this interaction type runs every single frame. So that means that I would be trying to get the component every frame, and that's really bad. So first I need to check what kind of interaction happened. So if it was enter, which is going to happen to run only once, then I try to get the component and blah blah blah. And the same way, if the interaction type is exit, then I would try to get the component again and blah blah blah. So now there's something else I can do here, which is basically cache the landable zone here, okay? Which, in fact, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Because I don't think, like, there's not going to be a place where, or a moment or a context where you're in two landable zones at the same time. I won't let that happen, because that's not going to be possible. That's it. So you're only going to be able to be at one landable zone at a time. So I can basically just first do like I can just cache this, okay? So in this case, I think just then is worth it to do the try get component. So if this is null, then I would do the get component thing, I think. So here I'm just going to remove this. So first we are going to do interaction info. Yeah, current landable zone equals get component, interaction info to get component. Yeah, I cannot do that. How was I doing it? Was it like, oh yeah, that other, that's, I was forgetting about that. So yeah, here what I can do here is just do one check and then return if I don't get any landable zone out. So okay, so this would be debug.log error. Whatever, so I'm just going to do that and return, okay? But if we do get the thing, then we cache that variable, okay? And then here we're going to do this, okay? And this is going to be a lot more optimal, like a lot better in terms of optimization, because it means that whenever we enter in contact with a new landable zone, we are going to instantly cache that value, okay, that landable zone. We save that in the memory, and that way we only do the get component once. We don't need to do it when we exit or when we stay or whatever. We just get it once, and whenever we exit, yeah, that's what we are going to do. And I'm doing this because I know that you're only going to be in one landable zone at a time. So yeah. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, the other thing I should do is basically just check if this is equals that. Which, like, in this case, I could just interaction info, but other. So this is an interaction area. So what I could also do is I could do this so that it's even more optimal. So in this case here, if the current landable zone is not null, we're going to say, okay, so, oh well, in also here, I should do this is interaction info.other, okay? So now what I should do is just say, okay, well, here, when we exit, I should set it to null, so we clear that, that variable. But here, what I should do is check if this interaction area is the same as the one we're getting there. So if cached interaction area equals interaction info.other, so well, you know what? If it's not equal, I should also return. So what's the thing I'm trying to do here? So if like the cache interaction area is not equal to the one that it's like we're getting here, so if we're already in a landable zone and we're for some reason interacting with a new one, then we should do nothing. We should still be handling the interaction with the current landable zone we were interacting. So if we're okay, I think this is fine. So yeah, I think I overcomplicated it just for no reason, but I think this is fine. Whatever. So now lander exited. That's perfect. Oh yeah, I should also cache no. Okay. So yeah, so that's perfect. Now what I should do is well, I should do this first and then this. Okay, yeah, that's a lot cleaner. And here in landable zone, I am detecting when the lander exited the area. Okay, and now in the landing system, I should be also subscribing to the exit event. So here, I'm going to say on lander exited, and I'm going to say on lander exited from landable zone. I'm going to generate the method. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here so we also unsubscribe. And this method is going to be triggered by the event. I'm going to manage this here. By the way, what does loop even mean? Because I don't know what to make. Loop is like a cycle. It's like something that cycles over and over. That's a loop, basically. Yeah, there's several things you could name like as... Well, you know Sonic? You know in Sonic when you go into the thing that you go around running? Yeah, that's a loop, basically. So, I don't know, let me just try to show you an example. So, if I search for loop in Google Images, you can see like all of those things are loops. So if I say Sonic loop, it's that thing, okay? That's basically a loop. This is just an example. You can like think about it whatever way you want. The theme is loops, the jam. Okay, yeah, so like I said, often the idea of like jam themes is for you to just, of course, you have to know what the theme means, of course. Like the word. If you don't know what loop means, of course you have to search for the meaning of that word. But then you should use your imagination to think about what you can do, what kind of mechanic or thing you can do to match that theme. So for example, loops, I don't know what example to give you, but for example, you can think about, I don't know, a game where you have a little character like Sonic, and or maybe a little ball, for example, and your level is like loops like this, and the ball, you just have to go forward and you go looping like this, and I don't know, this is just a silly idea. A simple concept, but maybe you get an idea from that. But it doesn't necessarily need to be something literal like that. I think I'm gonna try to think. Yeah, it doesn't need to be something literal, like I said, literal. Okay, you can think of something abstract. So, like for example, you can think about a loop as in like going into a game that the level loops itself around. So for example, it's like a third-person game, third-person view, okay? And you have like the level and you have to go like forward, for example, and like, I don't know, evade some traps and fight some enemies. And whenever the level ends, you can see that the level looped around itself, so you end up in the beginning. So that's a loop, basically. Okay. I don't know. I'm not in like the game jam mindset right now to think about an idea, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, this is going to show the UI, but also we need to do the same thing here. So here we can do this. And yeah, so landable zone, if entity ID, blah, blah, blah. So here you would say false, okay? Because if it exited the land zone, the landable zone, we need to hide the UI, okay? So hide UI. So I think this should work. Let's test it right now. I don't know. Maybe it breaks. Let's see what happens. So we have the UI here, and planetary system map, it's this. Canvas group is going to be this. Land charge is going to be this. Land input image is going to be this, I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So I want this icon to do this, like, well, I think I have to do it with the whole button. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that with the whole object. Okay, perfect. So now we have that, and I also need to add this reference to like the planetary system UI. That's perfect. Okay, great. So yeah, and also I need to, whenever I initialize this, I also need to hide the bottom container. So I'm going to say bottom container alpha equals 0. Okay, so I'm just going to hide it whenever you enter the zine. So yeah. Okay. So let's hit play now. Let's see what happens. Okay, so whenever we get close to a planet, we should see the UI animating. Okay, it didn't happen, so what's happening here? So am I inside the area? Yeah, I am inside the area. Let's see here, the lander controller. Does it have the thing cached? Interaction area. Here, lander controller. Yeah, the interaction happened actually. But what didn't happen is the UI thing. So where is this? What? Could not find. What the hell? Why did that? Okay, what? That was weird. But okay, let's check the actual like chain. So okay, so here receive lander, like receive lander. Okay, so this is going to call this event, and this event is going to execute this. So what the hell's happening? Oh yeah, maybe this is not true. So let's see what's happening here. So I'm going to say debug.log. I'm going to do this. So id.entity name. Let's see what's happening there. So whenever we enter that the planet like zone, like the interaction zone, it should log that thing. It should say astronaut. But yeah, I don't know. Okay. Where is the closest planet? I think it's there. Well, there. Okay. Let's go. Okay, astronaut ID data. Entity name is that. What the hell? And astronaut ID data. What the hell? So you know what could be happening if entity name is that? So let me check here really quick. ID, yeah, astronaut ID data. Why is that? It should be called astronaut like that. So there's I'm doing something wrong somewhere. So let's see. Wherever I'm setting the name, yeah, name here. Where am I creating this? Planetary System Manager. Set owner, game engine. Yeah. So here it's not name, it's entity name, I think. Yeah. Okay, that was my mistake basically. So I should be able to test this correctly now. So here, yeah, this is also bad. It's not name, it's entity name. So yeah, this should be fixed now. Okay. So a lot of things already involved in the whole thing, so yeah. Let's hit play, let's see what happens. So what should happen now is whenever I enter the area where I can land the planet, yeah! Now we can see the UI, you can see? Did you see that? So whenever I exit the area, that should go away, okay? Okay, it worked! That's amazing! Whenever I go here, you can see it going through, so that's pretty good. Now, there's one thing though, and what's happening, yeah, it's really annoying. You can see that it was called 4 times, and this is the issue I was having before, where like the colliders are like interacting multiple times just because of I don't know what. So I think it's because this interpolate thing. Let me just set it to none, and let's see what happens. So now it didn't interact at all. Let's see what happens when I enter. It calls it like just once. When I exit, it doesn't call it, so that's... Oh yeah, it does call it. I'm just logging this whenever I enter, so the whole problem with this is this interpolate thing, and it's really annoying because that interpolate thing is what makes it look smoother when we move like this. So I don't really know if this is noticeable in the stream, but the background doesn't move as smooth when the thing is not interpolated. So when I set interpolate here, this looks way better. Like you can see the actual background is moving way better, way smoother. When I set it to none, it's a lot worse. So, but the thing is, when I set it to none, like with no interpolation, the collision detection works perfectly. So, I don't know, I think in this case I might need to sacrifice the visibility of this. I don't know, I'm just going to set it to... Yeah, I'm just going to set it to none. Just because it works, it looks, not looks better, it looks worse, but it, like the collision detection is much better like this. So yeah, I don't know, maybe there's something I need to fix in the camera system, like in the parallax system, so that it doesn't look janky when it moves. I don't know, I will have to check that, but for now, yeah, I'm going to do that. But it's working, so I can basically say that this is done, okay? So the other thing we have to do is this, on lander started landing, if it's astronaut transition to planet scene. So first of all, I need to show land show landing hole input. Okay, so that's what I was describing before. So this, let me show you really quick here. Okay, here, so you can see this thing. What I want to happen is for this to like go down. Whenever you start pressing the button, this should do tuk like this, and then this thing should do the circle charging thing. Okay, so that's what should happen whenever you start pressing the land input. Okay, And whenever this finishes, okay, when this finishes loading, holding, then it should basically just transition to the planet scene. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing in the next stream. Okay, so yeah, it's been an hour and a half. I think it's pretty good for the stream. I would like to stay for longer, but yeah, this week it's not possible. And yeah, I don't know. For now, it's not going to be possible for me to stream for longer because of how my time is. I have a main job a full-time job, and I always stream for a couple hours whenever I finish working. And yeah, if I stay for too long, then my head hurts like crazy. So yeah, I don't want to be like forcing my eyes and my head and everything that much all the time. I don't stream every day. I stream like 3 to 4 times a week, which is not bad. But in any case, yeah, that's how things are right now. So yeah, in the future we'll see if I can start streaming like for longer periods. That would be great. I would love to work on this full time. So I would really like to stream like for, I don't know, maybe 6 hours every day, or maybe Monday through Friday. That would be amazing. But yeah, for that to happen, I would need to get some income from somewhere that's not my current full-time job. So yeah. In any case, that's going to be the stream for today. So whenever I stream again, I think it's going to be on Friday. Okay, so at that moment I will be working on this, but it's pretty good because we have the UI actually showing, and everything is pretty much very well structured. So even though I'm in kind of a prototyping phase, I'm trying to work towards like having a cleaner code from the get-go. So I think we pretty much achieved that with this. It took a couple days to to finish the system actually, but yeah, it's working now. So I think that's pretty good, and that's going to be the stream for today. Okay. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the people who were chatting today. Thank you, Bread Monsters. Thank you, Ciala, as always. And also thank you, Bread Monsters, for sharing your game. It was really nice. I hope my feedback was helpful. and yeah, so don't forget to follow me on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube so you can go in there and watch all of the streams you want. Every stream is being saved and uploaded there on YouTube, so you can watch every stream there, like the VOD. Okay, and don't forget to join the Discord too. Okay. So yeah, if you didn't join the Discord yet, it's a good way to get notified when I go live. So you don't have to be activating the bell and that kind of thing. You join the Discord and I notify everyone when I go live on Twitch and YouTube, because I stream on both platforms at the same time. Okay, so yeah. And also you can share stuff. Like today, Bread Monsters shared their game. That's pretty good. So I gave them some feedback. And you can also share stuff there if you want to share art or anything you do. And if you want to get some feedback, that it's totally possible and you're more than welcome. Okay, so definitely consider joining the Discord. So with that said, that's going to be the stream for today. Thank you everyone for joining. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye bye.